And that has a couple of consequences. One of them is that it incentivizes a lot of people who would not otherwise join the Republican Party, that don't feel any particular allegiance to it or may not agree with it. It encourages those people to join the party. And if you look at the numbers from before the primary was closed to now, the Republican Party has almost doubled in size as a percentage of the total voters. And to the point that today, between 59-60% of registered voters in Idaho are registered as Republicans. And some of those people are not Republicans. They don't feel Republican. They don't agree with Republican values. They just want to vote. And I would suggest, as a Republican, that that is not healthy for the party. And that's a different argument than it's bad for the state or anything else. That's just me looking at my party, suggesting that forcing all of these people into it is not a good idea. And one of the responses to this proposition is people can just then vote, join the Republican Party. Just join the party, then you get to vote. And I don't understand why we would, as Republicans, think that that is a good idea.
Why is it a bad idea?
Well,
and again, I know you articulated, like, look, there are
sure.
a lot of people that aren't Republicans, but like, what's the consequence of that?
Well, I think a political party exists because it is a group of people who have decided that they're going to unite around interests or around ideas or around principles. And they're going to use this as a way to advance candidates for elections. When that group gets too big, and I would suggest 60% of all of the voters in Idaho is pushing on that door, you lose that cohesiveness. You lose any consistency. And I think if you look at the Republican Party right now, it's not hard to see that there is wide variance within the party as to their approach to government. And part of that, and there's always that tension.
Sure.
But it is exacerbated right now by the fact that everybody is joining it in order to influence these closed Republican primaries.
So the nature of the Republican title is becoming significantly diluted.
Yes.
Not delusional, but literally like it's becoming watered down.
Right. And on both sides. There are a lot of people right now that are in the Republican Party that historically would be much more comfortable in the Libertarian Party or the Constitutional Party. And similarly, there are a lot of people that would be independent or maybe lean Democrat that are in the Republican Party because they recognize the importance practically of those primary elections. And it is not a healthy place for a party to be. And this moving away from a closed Republican primary will mean that everyone that doesn't want to be a Republican can then leave. And I think a lot of people will.